The story of Prophet Hizqeel Alaihissalam. After the death of Prophet Yusha Alaihissalam, Prophet Hizqeel Alaihissalam succeeded him as the prophet to the Israelites. A long time after the death of Prophet Yusha Alaihissalam, the Israelites were now living in Palestine. It was during this time that a plague attacked the village. People started dying everywhere, and everyone was scared. The people gathered their family and belongings and started fleeing from the village. Allah was really angry when He saw the people running away, thinking of saving themselves. They traveled for many days and eventually settled on top of a plateau. It was then that the angel of death called to them, "Die, you all." Every one of the survivors perished on that plateau the same day. Many centuries had passed by now, and the place where the survivors died was called Damadan. The plateau was covered with the bones of all the dead people. One day, a prophet named Hizqeel Alaihissalam was walking through the plateau. He was surprised to see so many bones lying around. He stood there for a long time, wondering what had happened. Then suddenly there came a voice. "Do you want me to show you how I bring them back to life?" asked the voice. "Yes," answered the prophet. His idea was to marvel at the power of Allah. First, the voice commanded the prophet to say these words, "O bones, Allah commands you to gather up." The prophet said the words as he was ordered. Then the bones started flying here and there to gather up, and they became skeletons. Then the voice commanded the prophet to say this, "O bones, it is an order of Allah for you to wear the flesh and clothes in which you died." The prophet said this, and suddenly the skeletons got covered in flesh and blood. Then they were covered in clothes. Then the voice asked the prophet to say these words, "O resurrected ones, all of you stand up by the command of Allah." It was a miracle. All of them came back to life. The prophet could not believe his eyes. There were thousands of people in front of him, all alive, who were dead just a few moments ago.